Hey Wichita Nation, it is Pinewood Derby time, and this is a simple video on how to take care of the Wichita Nation Best Track. There are some videos on the Best Track website, the manufacturer of the track, on how to align the track, on how to make sure that it's level, so please do use those if you need them. We built that crate ourselves, so this is specifically for how to load and unload that track into the crate to keep it from getting damaged. The big keys: make sure when you're loading it, you either have it bottom to bottom or top to top. When it is top to top, the track to track, you want to have cardboard spacers in between them or something there to space it so that the track doesn't get damaged. Take a look at any other Best Track videos for any of the electronics, the software, or the alignment techniques. Take a look and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for taking care of this track. So the crate that has the two trays in it will hold the curved section and the stop section, along with one long flat section underneath the two. It also has a finish line box that is specifically designed to hold that finish line and all the cabling that goes with it. We do keep a square in there in case you have to adjust the track. There's a parts box and a brush to keep the track maintained as well. The legs that hold up the start section get folded and put on top of a cardboard piece that sits on top of the finish section. Once you remove the curved section, you will have to slide the legs from their traveling position down to the position where it will function to actually hold the track up, and those places are marked on that tray. The long flat section is separated by a long piece of cardboard, and you'll need to remove that cardboard before removing the long flat section. The next crate simply has all the flat sections in the bottom of it, and then it will have the starting section on the very top. You'll want to put a piece of cardboard to keep the starting section clean when it's being stored. But when you remove this starting section, you'll notice that the gates are actually down, and there are spacers underneath this start section that separate that start section from the other flat pieces, because that start section hangs below the bottom of the track. Once you remove those spacers, the rest of the pieces just come out. Each section is numbered on the end. The track is specific to how it joins. So you'll want to look at the ends of each section and match those up with the corresponding numbers. I always get confused when putting the legs on the start section. This diagram is actually in the instructions that can be downloaded from the Best Track site to be sure you put the legs on properly. To my point, we're getting confused on how the legs go together. But it works best if you lay the thing upside down and insert them. There are socket wrenches in the toolkit to help with this. Do not use power tools to assemble this track. It'll damage the track. The small clear toolkit that's in the box actually has 3 socket wrenches in it. It also has a emergency soldering iron in there, plus all the binder clips and extra hardware to hold the track together. Once the track is assembled, you want to put those binder clips on the joining sections from underneath just to hold it together nice and clean. The champ timer that goes with this track is very sensitive, and you want to be very careful with it and make sure it's lined up properly with the holes that are in the finish section of the track. It does bolt on from underneath, and the bolts should remain on the track once you pack it up. Be very careful when actually assembling this. you can over tighten it and damage the electronics. So just hand tighten it and then use a socket wrench to just snug it up. You don't have to get wild with it. The spring should be removed from the starting lever when you pack it. So once you're putting it back together, the spring should stay in that small clear toolkit. And this is how they go on. You put 2 springs underneath and one goes from the lever to the actual bracket that's on the top of the track. By the way, when you're running races, once you pull the lever, don't reset it until the race is completed, or you will interrupt the timer and the race will have to be rerun. The stop section does not mechanically connect to the track, so simply snug it up next to the end of the track and then put the binder clips on it. Be sure that it does sit below the actual track so that the cars can stop when they hit the end. Once you get the track assembled, there is a level in the crate that you can use to make sure the track is perfectly flat and perfectly level. You'll use these feet that are mounted to the bottom of the track to do that. You'll notice also that the cables, the cable connections are facing towards the starting gate of the track. There's a phone line connection on one side of the track that needs to run underneath the track and up to the starting gate of the track to make sure that it communicates from the starting gate to the finish line. We built these platforms initially to match up to a stage at a facility that we no longer use. We're hoping to actually buy the leveling kit that's got the risers in it going forward, but for now this goes together very simply if you continue to use it. One other quick note, this little box that goes at the end of the track is actually really important. You'll need to put something soft in there like a towel or a piece of foam, because when the cars come to the end of the track, they often fly off the end of the track and hit that thing pretty hard. So that's a very important piece. You can see in this picture there's a car flying off the track, and we've actually built a large section to go under it. If you don't use that section, you will want to put something underneath the track, like a carpet or a foam mattress pad, something under there to catch the cars, because they will break if they hit the floor from that 20-inch height. So a couple other quick pointers on the track. Please don't ever use sandpaper on it. If it doesn't align properly, it does not need to be sanded. It needs to be adjusted mechanically. Secondly, don't use anything but simple green as far as chemicals go. Anything else will damage the aluminum. So you can use simple green to clean it. There is a brush in the crate, and there's also a blower in the Nation trailer. So use those to clean the track off, but do not use sandpaper, please. Make sure you set up some kind of barrier. There should still be race flags, and make sure the kids don't ever actually get right next to the track, because the kids can damage it as well if they drop something, spill something. So please do that as well. A bunch of dads donated a lot of money to buy this track. It was over $3,000, so we'd really appreciate it if it could be taken care of for years to come. Thanks again. Have a great day. Yatahe.